right, here we are with week 4. 4, woohoo! Talking about breathing still this week. So, I'm going to ask you a question. How do we know if our breathing has tension in it? So, along with that question, what if our breathing has tension in it? Right? So, as you're singing, you kind of just have to listen to your voice and kind of pay attention to your body. Not listen to your voice. What I meant to say was listen to your body and pay attention. You know, we've talked about feeling different things, but you can how are your shoulders feeling? Are they free? I carry around a lot of tension, so that's why I asked the question. Does the chest feel nice and free and open? Are the ribs, when you're singing, are they feeling tight? Are they, having a hard time freeing up? So ask different parts of your body that question. Are you feeling free? And consider that question and think about it. That's just what I want you to think about today. So we're going to start with some stretches and then some breathing exercises, and then we'll move along with some warm-ups. So let's go ahead and just stretch with our arms across our chest. Go ahead and take in a nice deep breath for each stretch. In through the nose. Okay, clasp the hands behind the back. And go ahead and stretch to each side of the neck. Go ahead and roll through the shoulders, rolling back a few times and then forward. And reach your arms up and grasp your hands together. Whoop, there's my light. And we'll go ahead and come over this way to your right. Just stretching through the right side. You can bring your left hand over onto the right side. Or left hand onto the left side. Right hand onto the left side, I guess, for you guys, because I said you're stretching to your right. And then over to the other side. Feel the breath come in. All right, that's a good way to kind of just get things free and get started every time you start with your singing for the day. All right, so we're going to do the Superman breath that we did with Savannah a few weeks back. So let's go ahead and we're going to step one foot out in front of us, and as we step, we're going to bring the arms up and inhaling, and then we're going to exhale in a hiss. Recover the breath, and we'll do it again. Go ahead and inhale all the way up. Feel the breath low and hiss. If yours goes longer than mine, go ahead and just keep going. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the Farinelli breath. So this is where we're going to inhale for 5. We're think of suspending those ribs for 4 seconds, and then we're going to hiss out as long as we can. Actually, let's just stick with 10 seconds. We'll take it slow. I'm going to count with my fingers so that I can give you the example of the breathing. My fingers will count for us. So as you inhale, I want you to think of lengthening those ribs, or lifting the ribs. Lengthen the spine is what we do. And bring your hands out in front of you so you can kind of visualize that. So here we go. Let the air out. Nice breath. And go ahead and inhale for 1. Suspend. And hiss it out. Okay, recover the breath. And we'll do a second one, and we'll do it for 15 seconds this time. So inhale for 5, suspend the ribs, let them reach out wide so they can grow that strength, and then keeping them suspended, hiss out for 15 seconds. Okay, so here we go. Inhale. Suspend. And hiss. there we go. Awesome. Okay. This next exercise that we're going to do is what I've talked to you about last week. We're going to lay on our tummies and we're just going to do some warm-ups. And the first one's going to be the shoo. The second one is going to be fa, sa, fa. And then the third one is going to be ba. Well, it's going to be an octave jump. So ba, ah, sliding down. So I'm going to go ahead and start those warm-ups. And we're going to go ahead and come down on the ground, up on our elbows. So we're going to breathe into the ground together today. So this will be fun. Here we go. Shoo, shoo. Breathing into the ground. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Think of the space. Shoo, shoo. Now moving on to, what was it? Fa, sa, fa, sa, fa. 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 Feel that movement as you breathe into the ground. You feel the abdomen pushing into the ground. I can even feel my back move. Okay, last one. Ba. Here we go. Ba. As you're breathing, feel the neck is free, the jaw is free, and feel that breath movement move into the ground. Ba, 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 those are the exercises that we're going to, warm-ups that we did today. One other thing that I want you to do, I did a download of just warm-ups if you want to work on those. I want you to just do it in a position, let's see if you can see, is where you're just on your hands and knees like this. And you can come up on your fists if you want to, whatever's most comfortable. But just see how your belly kind of releases. You can release your neck. And I noticed that as I was singing like this, my tongue could be really free because the gravity is going this way. So it just is a different feeling. So I want you to practice some of your warm-ups like this and see what you feel and what kind of things you notice. So go ahead and try that. We're going to move up over to the piano and finish off our singing for today. Oops. I'm going to lose you. Sorry. All right. There we go. All right. So we've asked ourselves the question, how do we know if we have tension in our singing? And what do we do if we do have tension in our singing, right? So ask yourself that question. I've had years and years of singing with tension because I carry around a lot of tension a lot of the time. And so just be forgiving of that. If you don't have tension, then woohoo, do a big cheer. Yeah, you're way big, one huge step ahead of me. And just use some of the different skills that I'm teaching you and pay attention to that, and you'll work through it and find different strengths and be able to build on that to loosen up things. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to do our Let It Be song, okay? So we're going to talk about, when we learn a new song, we always want a kind of a plan for the breathing so that we can manage the breath through each phrase. This will be a really simple song to do that too. So the first phrase we're doing, dee 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 dee. That's the first one. When I find myself in times of trouble. That will be our first phrase. So I want you to just sing it on D. Dee 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 dee. Breathe. Dee 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 dee. Breathe. Dee dee dee. Breathe. Dee 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 dee. Breathe. Dee 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 dee. Breathe. Dee dee dee. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. I'm not gonna sing this time, but I'm just gonna say breathe. I want you to sing with the melody on the dee dee, or you can do on go. Let's see, ga 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 ga, or go 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 go, or you can do it on la. You get to choose. Okay. Breathe. 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 Okay, so with whatever song that you're singing right now, I want you to take it. You can print lyrics off the internet, or you maybe have a book with the song, and you're gonna just go ahead and check it through. And if you want, you can do a nice phrase marking that looks like this for each phrase to kind of visualize everything being nicely connected. So if we did it, when I find myself in times of trouble, that would be, when I find myself in times of trouble, breathe, right? Again, when I find myself in times of trouble, breathe. Okay, short and sweet, but I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.